Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm so excited to be here. It has been a long time now, but I really wanted to share this message and I want to really share with you what I've been learning in this moment of my life, what I'm learning at this moment and what I'm putting into practice, what I'm really implementing in my life and the things that are really shifting my reality and not just adding more mental chatter, but actually making me change because that's what we want to be real. Like, we want to learn things, we want to remember things that actually activate a change within us. And I know, I know by experience that sometimes we are learning certain things because I'm that person that loves to learn new things. And then there's this resistance to actually apply it and change it. But what I want to speak, the words, like this intention that I have, is that these words that I'm speaking, they will activate something within you, like your power, your God's consciousness, that is who you are, and that from that point you start to be someone new. You start to choose to be someone new. Because let's stop waiting, because this is the topic of today's video. Is stop waiting for something, for someone to say something, for something in your air quote external reality to happen, so then you change who you are, so then you change what you think, then you change what you feel, then you change how you act, then you change how you move. When you know that the external reality is always a mirror to you, it's always your shadow, will always be your slave, it will always imitate you. You don't have to wait for anything or for anyone to change and be and experiment a new version of yourself. At this very moment, you and me, sorry, we are changing constantly. And this is something that I learned from one of my mentors. Like, literally every moment we are changing like billions of times. Like, changing is easy, changing is the only constant of life. We are constantly changing. So why don't you choose now to change to the version of you that is the most favorite, your most desirable version, the one that you feel more called to, the one that makes you feel more excited, the one that makes you feel more fulfilled, that brings you more joy, that brings you more peace, more clarity. Why don't you do that? If you think about it, I've been there in so many areas of my life where I was waiting constantly. I was waiting constantly for something to save me, for something to change me, for something external, for a big sign, for a big intervention to come, and then I will change. But when you know that you are the operant power, when you know that you are one with Source, you are God, you are the energy of the Source. So then why would you ever wait for something that you want and that you desire? Why would you wait to become and to embody a new version of yourself if you know that you are it? Like, you have that capacity, you have that knowledge, that wisdom, you know how to do it, you constantly are shifting all the time, you constantly are changing all the time. Why are we keep like feeding this concept, this idea, this belief that it's hard to change, that it's hard to be the version that we want, that it takes a long time, that we need to wait for the divine timing? The divine timing is freaking you are the divine timing. The divine timing that we so call, that is so famous, it's not something like God, like an external force that is going to be like, I decide when is the right time. You decide when is the right time. Sometimes it's not the right time because you're not being 100% that version. You're not still deciding. You're still going back and forth. You're not recognizing your power. But when you do, the divine timing is like this. Bimp. That's why I've experienced, other people have experienced like instant manifestations so rapidly, so quickly, when there's no resistance and we just become that version. And so it has to happen automatically. The things that takes us so long, even though it's like fake, the perception of time, we know that time doesn't exist. It's because we are still holding on to the version of us that is still saying, this is taking so long. Why is it not here? What is happening? And this was something that in the last 2 weeks I really realized about myself, like how in certain areas of my life, I was the one that was choosing that reality of it's not here yet, I still don't know, I don't have the clarity, it's not right yet, it's not what I want yet. I was putting myself and putting my energy into this version of myself, and guess what? My reality was like mirroring me. Yeah, it's not here yet. Of course, you are choosing that. You are deciding that. You are choosing that it's not here yet. So the reality is just simply a mirror of you. So it's going to mirror that. So it's not about learning how to manifest things. It's about learning how to access different versions of you and stay there. And know that whatever your mind tells you, like whatever thoughts throws at you, you don't have to react to them. You don't have to feed them. You can simply let them go because they are all part of the oneness. So what I want to tell you is, why are you still waiting? Don't wait anymore. You don't need another sign. You don't need another version, another YouTube video to tell you that you're ready. All you need is that decision that you are done with the version that you experiment. Like you're done, you experience. It's like, okay, done. I learned many things. Good. I want something new. I want to experiment something new. And everything is already created. Everything is already done. So let me choose that version, that one that is right here inside of me. It's available to me. Let me be her. Let me become her. I am already her, but let me really live like her. Let me experience what it is to be abundant. Let me experience what it is to feel like everything happens so quickly and so easily. Let me feel what it is to feel so relaxed with so financial freedom, so financial abundance. That is so easy to meet amazing people. I feel so much love. I feel so good about myself. Let me experiment how it is to live this experience. Let me live as this version. We don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. Waiting, when you are in that waiting season, waiting, that is such a lie. Like when you're waiting and waiting, the external reality will always be about waiting until we think that something will come and save us and will finally give us what we want. You have to give yourself what you want. Do you want to experiment and be that version of you that is available to you right here, right now? It's all done. It's ready. It's prepared. You decide to be it. You decide to embody. You decide to behave in that way. You decide that is your time. You decide that it's now that I'm that. It's now that I'm experiencing that. No more waiting. And then your external reality has to shift. It will shift. That's the physics. If you learn about quantum physics, the observer is the one that changes everything in external reality. Like you manipulate every time the reality, and you know how to perfectly do it. You do it all the time. If you're still like inside of your head, in your mind, in your internal state, you're still waiting, in your external reality is still waiting. See how good manifester you are. So if you can create the waiting, if you can experience the waiting, you can also experience the version of you that is living what you desire now, that is living whatever you prefer the most. Okay, so no more waiting. It's your time. You decide when it's your time. No one else decides. You don't need the approval of someone. You don't need someone to tell you, yeah, now is the time. You don't even need external reality to show you that now is the time, because you manipulate it. The external reality is your slave in a good way. It will change accordingly to you. So you change within. You make the first move. You are the one that chooses. That is free will. That is God's consciousness. Is everything. So why are we waiting? Everything is available now. Why are you waiting? No more waiting. Decide now. It's your time. Okay, so that is the video of today. I hope this gave you some clarity. This gave you some inspiration to activate and choose what you want. now. No more waiting. Remember your power. You are God's consciousness. You are God's frequency. There's no waiting. Do you think God will come to this planet and be the version of you now and be like, oh, I really want to be that person, but I have to wait. I have to wait something. Someone has to tell me something. These things have to change. You are the one that create. If you think about it, we have this creative power because we can be experiencing something externally and we're like, you know what, I don't want this anymore. Let me make another and shape a different reality. And that reality, the old reality, is still going to be there on the side, but you are focusing now on the now. It's like when you're making a pot, like you're making pottery. You made one, you didn't really like the result. You're like, I don't want this anymore. You put it on the side and then you start making a new one. You focus. The previous one is still there. You can still like see it by the corner of your eye, but it doesn't have to be your focus. And now you know that you're using all your intention and creative power to be a new version of you that is available, that exists. This time is your time. Your time is now. Now is the moment. It doesn't exist anything beyond the now. So I hope this video helped you. I hope this video inspired you. Let me know if you did. Write down in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Rate the podcast. And I see you very soon. And I'm sending so much love. Remember who you are. Remember that you are God's consciousness. And no one has more power than you. Like no one is above you. No one is below you. Everyone is the same because we are all one with God. We are all God consciousness. Okay? Sending you so much love.